Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lessons, Learning, and Readings with Larkin. I am Larkin coming live to you from the United States. Thank you all for tuning in and joining me this evening, this morning, or this afternoon, depending on where you are right now. There we go. That's a little better. You guys can see Billy now there. A lot of you who watch me normally might be watching this on the rebroadcast. I am 3 hours late getting on tonight. Again, I'm going to remind you guys, I am extremely unreliable on my time right now. I have my father currently staying with me, and I'm caring for him. He is healing and had to come home with me for some antibiotics. My mom is in and out. So not excuses, just letting you guys know I have way too much on my plate. So between my clients, my business, my horses that are an hour away, all my animals and my little rescue animals, and everything else, I'm overwhelmed, and things happen last minute. Nurses, doctors, my dad needing help with things I just cannot anticipate. So just please understand. I apologize, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just very open and honest that for the next few months, I'm going to be very unreliable when it comes to these lives. So if you see me pop on, keep your eye open. I'm still shooting for the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday lives. We have some amazing events coming up. And we have the school community that is so absolutely amazing and just getting started. I would love it if you guys joined me there. So you can always connect there as well. I'm going to put the link here in the comments before we get started. You guys can always feel free. It's absolutely free. And it's a like-minded community of people. I have people joining from the Facebook groups and other platforms that I have. It's free, but I'm also a transformational specialist, a mindset and manifesting coach, and I have been for 17 years now. After transforming my life, I help others to do the same. This school that I have is a balance between the intuitive psychic medium and energy work. No, good girl. And the mindset and manifesting work. Because guys, I'll tell you a secret that should not be a secret. Science and spirituality are not mutually exclusive. Here's my little barker right here. They're not mutually exclusive. And it is time that readings evolve. It is time that you all reclaim your power. No, what are you doing? You look mean to the audience, and you're not mean. You're a little fluff puff. She's a little guard dog. It is time that we evolve readings, that we learn to reclaim our power. It is time that we discover and remember who we are. And times are changing. It is time that you guys learn to not let your mind run your life, and that you learn to use your mind as a tool. So in order to do that, hi Nita, welcome. Okay, you're asking for readings already, and I will get to you for guidance, okay? But what I'm saying is very, very important. So please listen to what I'm saying first, okay? Hi, Linda. Hi, Kim. This is very important. When you guys are on my lives, I would recommend, honestly, that you take notes. If you are on here, see, people already are dropping off. This is what happens, and this is good. I want to weed out the people that aren't ready for this, okay? The school that I have is about merging those two and waking you up to that power. Remember who you are, giving you your power back. Tap into your intuitive gifts. Learn to take charge of your life. Discover your choices. Discover how to monitor your mindset. Discover the power you don't realize that you have. So just so you guys know, if you want to join the school for free, there's going to be everything from free to high-end coaching on there, and individual group work. There's going to be all sorts of events, and I'm going to share this with you guys before we get started today. We have a Calm Woman Advantage event coming up on the 27th of July. This is helping women to have better relationships, how to select the right partners, how to get out of bad relationships, how to better the relationships with the men that they're with and the people that are in their lives. This is so empowering, and this is something I did over 2 decades ago. We're also going to have an event on money manifesting and mindset. We're going to have events on manifesting. We're going to have events on healing. We're going to talk about awakening your intuition. In that program that I have, I'm going to give you bits and pieces from that. This Saturday is Meet Your Spirit Guides. So if you want to meet your spirit guides, hi, Rosalind. Great to see you. If you want to meet your spirit guides, you guys, there's still a couple spaces because I have not been on all my lives promoting them. So if you want to do that, you need to, let me see if I can move my thing over so I can type it in there. You guys need to email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com. I'm going to type it in here. And you need to type spirit guides in that email, okay? It's very limited spaces, but I still have some spaces left if you guys want to join that. It is 4 hours this Saturday, and you literally will meet your spirit guides, whether you know them well or whether you want proof that they're there. We're going to cover that. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you hear from them how they try to speak to you, what you need to do to strengthen your communication, what it is they try to get through to you. It's really neat. So, hi, Kathleen. So anyway, that's available to you as well. If you guys want to sign up for the Calm Woman Advantage, you just need to go to the links on my pages, and you can email me there to register as well. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and light some incense. I know some of you are already asking for readings, but I always stall. Because you guys need to get yourself in the right spot. Jackie, do you have to go potty? Too late. My dog's peeing on the potty pad. Okay. I just took her out before we got on the live. What can I say? I will go where spirit guides me for readings, but Rose Crump, welcome. I always stall, guys, and there's a couple reasons. I get online and I see people just thank you, Linda. I do not need to explain. I do not believe we need to explain. However, because I have lots of people that tune in, Linda, and listen, and because I post times and then I miss them, I want you guys to understand why. Okay? It's out of respect of my listeners. And it's just the way it is right now. So I do appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, happy birthday, Kim. Awesome. Happy birthday. So yeah. So you guys can, always feel free to go ahead and ask for readings and I will star you. But here's the thing that really is one of my pet peeves. I scroll through and I see readers and I see people popping on. They don't say hello. They don't say where they're listening from. You guys do. You guys are saying nice and greeting. But you know what? As readers, we're not pieces of meat. We're not just here to pump out answers for you. We are doing this for free. I could be charging $200 an hour for a reading. And I'm on here doing this for free. And it takes energy. And so that's one thing. And I think it's very important that when people pop on, they don't just get in the line like a cattle call and ask for readings. I just think that's so rude. You get on, you say hello, you say hi to everybody, you say where you're listening from. And honestly, if you guys don't like that, I don't really care. There's hundreds of thousands of other readers out there. You do not have to listen to me. Okay. The other thing is that I'm giving you guys a space. I'm holding you a space to train yourself how to connect with spirit. how to communicate with spirit, how to receive. If you guys want to transform or manifest relationships, if you want to transform or manifest healing, if you want to transform or manifest your ability to connect and communicate with spirit, if you want to manifest money and you want to transform your money situation, guess what? You have to learn to be in receiving mode. And getting a reading is part of that. Okay. Hi, Terry. Thank you, Terry. But you know what? You all have this ability too. Okay. But I take the first few minutes and I share what Spirit has asked me to share, which is share wisdom and guidance from them. They asked me to do that when I started reading for Veronica's group. The other thing, guys, is that I'm holding that space for you to train yourself so that when you're not getting a reading, you're not with your coach or you're not with me or you're not with a reader, that you guys know how to get into a place of receiving. You could have the greatest reader in the world and it will make zero difference if you cannot get your vibrational frequency and your mindset into a mode to receive. That's often why when I say Spirit tells me who to read for and who to choose, Spirit will often, if you, let's say you really need a reading, Terry, let's say that somebody really wanted to get through to you. Okay. And, hi, Tanya, welcome. And somebody really wanted to get through to you. Okay. G-Star, welcome. And Spirit guides me to somebody else. A lot of times that is because you will often receive exactly the message you need through someone else's reading. So that's why I always tell you, if a reader's reading for someone else, don't be sitting there thinking, don't let your ego make you go like, when is she going to call me? Oh, come on. Like right now, it's been 13 minutes. Why haven't I started readings yet? When is she going to read? Come on. I want my reading. To be quite honest, I don't want people like that on my page. Bye. I don't need you on my page because that's not the right energy. I want people here that are going to receive highly evolved readings, that want to connect with their guides and angels, that are going to take the information and use it. Because when I give a reading, it's not just what's going to happen and who's going to do this and answering the flowery questions you want with roses and unicorns. It's not a real reading. Stuff you might not even want is what's going to come through for you. But Spirit knows what you need and want way better than I do and you do. And we have to trust Spirit, and that's what I do. Because my loyalty is to Spirit before it is to your ego and before it is to my ego. So I might know that you don't want to sit here and listen to me share this. You just want me to get to your reading right now and give you the answer you want. But I don't care about that because that's ego. And if I feel the need to please you and that desire, that's my ego. Okay. So if I'm truly going to hear Spirit and I'm going to deliver the message and be a vehicle for Spirit, I can't care about that. Okay. And this is really important. So when we get off this reading and you start to go through your day, or you want to pray and heal and meditate at home alone, you make sure that you leave your garbage at the door. You make sure that you close yourself in a nice, quiet room. Maybe you light incense, like my little Ganeshi here. Maybe you light a candle. You have beautiful ambiance music. You set that ambiance. You set that mood. You make that room a temple. Even if it's a messy room and you just moved in, you make that space sacred. Because by God, people, this time we spend with Spirit is sacred. It is. And when we're done here, we get back and we go to our busy, crazy lives, the same busy, crazy life that makes me late getting on here. So, join this piece with me. And Jenny Jones, make sure, guys, when you get on with readers, say hello first. Don't make us feel like a piece of meat. We're not. We're people. Say hello to us. Say hello to everyone. Share where you're coming from. Support and respond to other people's readings. Don't just get on and beg for a reading, because that is an energy of neediness. It's an energy of want. And what happens is you're not open to receiving all that Spirit has to give you, even if they give their all, and even if I deliver well. You are not going to receive it and process it and utilize it if you're so busy thinking about what you want and need. It's just the way it is. It's universal law. Okay. So I share this for those of you who are ready, and those of you who are not ready will probably just not like my readings and you'll leave. And that is A-okay with me. And those of you that resonate with me and are ready for this leap, you're going to stay on. You're going to be like, wow, I'm going to stand in my power. And I'm going to notice things that I've never noticed before. Because you come to a reading, guys, to get beyond this world. You come to a reading to tap into that source of information that you came from eternally, that you know, that your higher self is connected to. You come to a reading to get information beyond what you think you know. You come to a reading to be the better version of you, the higher, more evolved, more awake, conscious version. You come to tap into multiple dimensions. So if that's what you're here for, then make sure you don't get on a reading and act like the little ego self that we are when we leave the readings. Okay? All right. I love your little emojis. That's great. Hi, Jenny Jones. Thank you for saying you're from Ireland. I'm just trying to retrain you guys because I want you to get the most out of these, and it's up to you. Virginia, yes, Rosalind, thank you guys for the reminders. Okay. Let's see here. Erica says it does help. It does help to listen first to see even you ride with readers and energy. Yeah, manners do help. I mean, it does. It's your energy, guys. Spirit guides me on who to read, and they know who's going to be more open to receive and who's not. So they tell me who. Hey, Kira. Yeah, I'm just not in a hurry, guys. I am not. You guys need to learn to not be in a hurry for this, because when you manifest, South Dakota, Paula, awesome. Even when you're manifesting, guys, you're only going to manifest what you're ready for. You're only going to manifest what you're ready for. And if you're not following your spirit guide's advice and your higher intuition, and you're caught in the ego traps, it doesn't matter how great a reading is. You're not going to move out of that comfort zone into what you want, because everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. Thank you, Nita. My fur baby is beautiful. We call her Billy the Barker. And my Jack Russell wanted me in this room today, but that's where Billy the Barker barks. So we're going to have to deal with that. All right. So guys, if you could be specific with your readings, just because I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can today. Spirit knows I'm very thorough for free readings. And they've tried to speed me up so I can help more people, but it doesn't seem to work for them. So their new solution is to ask me to have you guys just ask more specific questions. It saves Spirit and I a lot of toying around just in the beginning, so I can get right to the point. That would be great. Just be specific with what you want and who you want it from. I love you guys are saying hi to each other. Don't forget, guys, Meet Your Spirit Guides is this Saturday. You can still register. You're watching from Great Britain, Linda. I love it. All right. Here we go, Terry. Love to connect with my son. Okay. Let's do that first. Let me start. Else. All right, guys. Yeah, go ahead and be specific, guys, just so I can get to these more quickly, okay? Whoever it is, say a name or whatever. If you have a specific question, it just helps us cut through the part that's irrelevant so we can get to the validating part and the answers, okay? All right, Terry. Let's hold on here. Okay, thank you, guys. I appreciate your cooperation here. So, and if you guys have, if you guys want to learn to get some of these answers on your own from your spirit guides, please join me your spirit guides this weekend. Okay. I put my email up above. Just email me spirit guides. There's a few spaces left. We'll spend 4 intense hours together for free. And you're going to start that journey of getting more in depth to get to know your spirit guides. Okay. And thank you guys for liking this because it helps more people to find us and to find Veronica's page. Okay. So it might be because we're in public, Linda. I'm not sure. Well, I've been chatting. I've been asking your son to move forward. Your loved ones come with you guys. They come with you. So he was there with you. Their energy comes and goes with you. And he's kind of getting right to the point, Terry. Remember, guys, that the first thing they want us to know is that they're okay and to validate that they're there and they're okay. He's done that for you before. They don't typically have regular conversations with us all the time. Sometimes they will with us. But for readings, they don't come to just chat because just chatting is ego, right? So they don't do that. But they will come if there's something that like they're trying to help support our spirit guides in helping us with, or if they're looking out for your welfare and they're trying to help you get answers or direction about certain things. And your son is very blatant. There's something that he is this smoke is so cool. And I don't know if this is spirit doing this. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's this really cool like stream of smoke from my incense tonight. He's just kind of real serious and blatant about like something you're not doing, Terry. I don't know what it is you're not doing. But no holds barred. Like he didn't really even say hi to me. He just was like, Mom, when are you going to do the things you know you need to be doing? What are you waiting for? And Terry, I don't know what that means. But that is the words and the feeling and the sense and the image and the idea that he's giving me right now. So I'm not sure. There's evidently something, and I am, this is very, very connected to you. I have no doubt this is your son. I have all my clairs, but he's coming to me mostly through feeling and through words. Different souls can come through to me differently in different ways. And he's coming to me through that. And he is just really, he's very serious about this. Like there's no wishy-washy. That is the message. That is the only message he has for you. And he's just like, he's literally the feeling and the words I'm getting is, what are you waiting for? Like, get out of your comfort zone, take a step forward, make decisions, get moving. Like, that's what he's showing me. And he's not being flowery about it. I mean, I can feel the love for you, but I mean, honestly, he's just, there's this presence that just is like standing there beside you. And your spirit guides as well. I see 3 spirit guides and they're all like in standby, Terry. It's like they're all in stasis. And I'm looking at my third eye right now and what they're showing me. So you'll see me go back and forth from looking at you to looking at what they're showing me. And there's just this stasis there going on. Hold on here. Let me I see you guys. I got you starred. Okay, guys. Hi, LSGs. Good to see you. Hi, Maddie. Good to see you. So I want to remind you with this, Hi, Linda. I got you starred too. I want to remind you, Terry, because that's really what he's saying, right? That's what he's saying. You say not living. Okay. Your world stopped in 220. Well, I think what he's getting at here. Hi, Sharon Williamson. Great to see you. Okay. Hi, Amy Steele. Hi, Kawizi. Sorry. Guys, be specific with your readings, please, because that helps me get through more people. The thing is, Terry, is that his exact first question was, what are you waiting for? And spirit guides, I have found after also being a mindset coach and a psychologist, I will say that spirit guides really work on mindset. They're very practical. They're not oogie boogie. Okay. And when your son says, what are you waiting for? Get moving, move forward, get going, make some choices, stop procrastinating. He's so aware on the other side, Terry, of how little our time is here, how precious our time is here. And not to belittle the passing of anyone, guys. Like this past week, one of my beloved aunts passed away. Truly one of the most phenomenal people, let alone women, I've ever known. And she was the matriarch of my mom's side of the family. I get it. But please, 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 Terry, I'm saying this on behalf of your son. Do not allow the illusion of loss, which I am not belittling, to stop you from living. Because your egoic self is the only thing that dies with your body. And so that egoic self, every time someone leaves you, every time you have to move, every time you get fired or quit a job, every time someone in your loved one passes away or a pet passes away, your ego experiences loss. And you misinterpret, you, the observer behind your thoughts, misinterpret that. You never lose anyone. All that happens is their energy ceases to be focused in this particular vibrational reality. And I know intellectually you might believe and understand what I'm saying. Emotionally, that doesn't help you. But to detach and understand this is so vital because it changes everything. And Spirit asked me to always tell you guys that our relationships with our loved ones never end. They only transform. So the best thing you can do, Terry, if you want to stay connected and feel connected to your son, is you have to move on. You see? Because his soul has moved on and back to the place where you both came from. Guys, this is not, it's not that you're born into this world and then you die. There is no death. It's that for eternity, you were together on the other side first. You see, you were already there first. You came, then he came into this world. He left. Now you're going to leave. It's like that. You have to have this illusion of years and decades and timeline to experience life here. For him, you're going to be back in this amount of time. He actually has to come in to moments in time in order to experience you here, because he's outside of time and space now. So he can see all this. And one thing I can tell you is that if you depart from this world and you have not moved on, you will regret it as a soul. And you will come, you'll be like, oh man. And you'll choose to come back and experience something like this all over again, just so you can make the higher vibrational choice. So what your son is seeing, Terry, is he's seeing the choices you're going to have to make if you don't choose to move on, and if you do. And there's a part of the egoic self that says, My life stopped in 2020. And here's the kicker, Terry. Guys, this is why, even though I'm doing readings, I share this mindset data with you. You create your reality with 95% of your mind you are not aware of. Not aware of. Do you understand that? This is why when you guys try to manifest, you don't get what you want. Because no one's teaching you how to use the 95% of your subconscious mind you're unaware of, which is one of the things I teach my clients. If you're running off the 5% that's listening to me right now that's saying, come on, Larkin, finish this up. Let's get on to the next reading. Stop yakking. That part of your mind is the 5% you're aware of. You see? But that 95% of your mind, Terry, you're not aware of, your egoic self, somewhere deep in there, believes that you're a better mom, that you love him more, and that you will stay closer to him if your life stops when he passed. That's a lie. It's a lie. This is why, as a mindset coach, I teach people to stop believing their thoughts. Terry, do not believe your thoughts. Do not believe your thoughts or anyone else's. Because thoughts, as Eckhart Tolle says, are synonymous with ego. Your ego will lie to you to get you to stay where you are miserable and uncomfortable and stuck. And you're never stuck. You're never stuck. But your ego makes you feel like you are. And somewhere deep in there, if you don't keep living, now that he's gone, you're a better mom and you're a better person and you're closer to him. And it's a lie. And he knows it's a lie. So the reason he has been on you, and he says he's been dropping signs and symbols. He's showing me books. He's showing me commercials. He's showing me conversations with people. He's showing me papers. He's showing me words that you see places. He's showing me music. He's giving me a whole list of ways in which he's been trying to push you on. Because you are not a better person for not moving on. You're not a better mother for not moving on. There is no value, zero value, he says, for anyone. Zero value, Terry, for anyone involved. If you do not get out of your comfort zone, let go and move on. And when you let go and you move forward and you allow yourself to move forward, I'm giving you that permission right now from his angels, from your spirit guides and your spirit team, from him, and from myself as a person and a coach, giving you permission, Terry, to let go and move on. You are not a better person for holding your life up. The fact of the matter is he has transformed out of this world and his soul made that choice. We cannot enter or leave any world, any reality without our soul's permission. It was his soul's choice for reasons we might not understand. And you'll be privy to that when you go to the other side. He's been trying to get to you in dreams, in the astral plane. And it's been nagging you. You know you need to move on. So how do we best serve our loved ones? By not holding our energy up, because energy either flows and spirals up and moves on, Terry, or it dwindles and dies. His concern for you is that since you're letting your energy dwindle and die, it's going to cause mental, emotional, and physical health issues for you. If you let go and move on, and you'll never get over him. You'll never fully get over him. So don't worry about that. Okay. What we do is we learn to cope with the grief, and we do it by becoming the bigger version of us, by allowing our light to come out, by taking the love that you have for him and directing that towards moving on. How can you take the love that you have for him and the pain of what you perceive to be a loss, even though it is not, and serve the world with that? That's what he wants you to know. When you do that, it will come back to you, Terry, Your light will start to shine again. And then guess what's going to happen as the ultimate surprise for you? When you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel closer to him again. You're going to start to feel more peace. You're going to start to enjoy love and life. And you're going to be able to connect with him. Okay? In deeper ways. Right now, your inability to move on is actually blocking you from connecting with him on a deeper level. Okay? That's what he has to say for you. Now, please keep me posted. And I will say to you and to everyone, and I'm going to say this because I see a bunch of you asking, like Sharon, I know you've gotten readings from a lot of people on here, and I'm going to read for you. However, I'm going to say this to you guys, okay? Sharon Williamson, I know you've been waiting for me for a while, but I also know you've gotten readings from other readers on here, and that's fine. But I want you guys to know something, and I'm just being honest with you. You can like it or not like it. If you guys go from reader to reader to reader to reader, and you use that as a temporary comfort under the guise of healing, overcoming grief, moving on, getting answers your ego tells you that you want, I'm telling you right now, you are spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. You have to do more than that. If you get in the habit of just going from reader to reader to reader to reader, temporary comfort, it's like taking a drink or getting a cigarette. That is not healing. Okay? Some of you might get off and go, oh my God, she says this is healing. Listen, I don't even believe we need readings. I love doing readings. I think it's amazing. I see the healing that happens. But do you guys understand that you have this connection with your angels and spirit guides and loved ones? You have the connection. I'm just being a vehicle tonight. You already have the connection. Your soul knows it, even if your egoic self does not. So when you just pop on, like, I mean, and it's great. Some of you guys come back and get readings from me every week and all the time. But to be quite honest, like, you don't need that. Don't be dependent on me or any other reader. You know, I always say to people, like poor Kawizi, I say to him every week, what do you do with the last reading I gave you? Am I taking time away from reading from someone else who has a soul that's there that needs validation in order to answer the same questions from the same soul for you again? I know I sound like I'm being so rude. I don't mean to be. I want you guys to understand there's a different reality to this. Do you guys come to readings just to get comfort, or do you come to readings to really make a change? Like, I'm about change. I interview my clients before I even allow them in my coaching program. If I don't think they got what it takes, and I don't think they're ready to get uncomfortable and scared and really get out of their comfort zone, I send them to somebody else. And I'll say the same thing to you guys here. I love you all dearly. But are you caught up in the reading trap? Are you caught up in what 99% of most readers do? Where they try to get as many people on as they can and read as many as they can as fast as they can? Are you spending your days getting reading after reading after reading after reading about the same person and the same soul when you just had one? I would ask you, what are you doing with the last reading? Like, you know, what are you doing with the last reading that you got? Have you actually processed what was said in the last reading? Are you doing what came through? Like for my readings, things come through. Like, you got direction tonight, Terry. There's call to action. I hear Veronica's readings to people and they are magnificent and spot on. What are you doing with that? Are you allowing it to work for you? Or are you forgetting about it as soon as you're off and then you go to get the next fix with the next reader? I know I sound like I'm being nasty. I don't mean to be. But I've been doing this my whole life, guys, and something's got to change. You either want to heal and change and find out what the purpose is and make yourself bigger and better and wiser and freer, or you're going to 10 years from now, you're going to be sitting on your computer asking people the same questions about the same souls. Do you understand that your souls aren't going to chit chat with you every day like they did when they were here? They have zero interest in that. They no longer have an ego. They care about letting you know they are there, they're safe, they're okay, and giving you evidence and validation. They care about the vital messages that have to do with your choices. But you are the one in physical form. You are the only one that can do that. You have to take the action. You're the part of your spirit team that is here. It is not up to spirit or readers or angels or anybody else. It is up to you. And if you want to heal and you want to get better and you want to transform, what are you doing with the readings we give you? I'm just saying. I see people coming to me who've gotten readings from 10 other people on this page about the same soul. And what do you think different I'm going to give you? I mean, I'm just saying, what am I going to give you that's any different? I know it makes you feel close to them, but wouldn't you rather learn to connect with them on your own? Wouldn't you rather, take like the Awakening Your Intuition program like I have, or someone else's training, and learn to feel them for yourself? Not to mention, they're in another world now. So here's my last question, then I'll go on to the next reading, because I know I'm lecturing you guys, but this is what's important. I mean, they're in another reality. Are you focusing on what you're supposed to be doing here in this world still? Or are you so distracted with who's left this world that you're not doing what you're supposed to here? I mean, really, your loved ones want you to do, you are still here. Why do you think you're still incarnated and they're not? They have finished whatever they're here to do. You have not. So you better get on it. Or when you get back on the other side, you're going to be like, oh, man. I can tell you, as a soul, there's nothing worse than having to go back and reincarnate for the same lessons that you didn't learn, or the stuff you didn't do. I mean, that is a bummer. As a soul, that is just a bummer. Because it's a lot of work and energy to get back in, squeeze back into this body. Part of you do the programming, do all the work, take the time to, be born, pick a family, grow up. I mean, Jesus, by the time we get to be my age, it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I had another 100 years. I wish I'd thought this way when I was 6. So, you got to think ahead. All right, Terry, I'm going to send you with your son. Keep me posted, okay? All right. Jenny, let me know if you're still there. We're going to do you next. I love you all, by the way. This is just how I do things. I'm giving you guys the real stuff because I don't see a lot of readers out there giving you the real stuff. I'm not saying the readers aren't good. I'm just saying you guys need to hear how it is. This is not unicorns and roses. This is what you're supposed to be doing here. I love this, Sharon. You're like, Terry, if you didn't see it, Sharon Williamson says, Terry, do whatever makes your son proud. You can do it. The thing is he's proud of you anyway, Terry. He wants you to feel confident. Thank you, Kira. All right. Thank you, Kawizi. Yeah, my aunt was amazing. All right, I got you starred too. All right, Jenny, I've asked your husband to move forward here. So I'm waiting for him to do that. I love the hug, Sharon. Good. Terry, I'm glad this comforts you. Very good. Very good. Now get moving, girl. All right. Subconscious sucks. Yeah, well, the subconscious is also amazing, Maddie, because you can use it as a tool. It's what I teach my mindset clients. Use it as a tool. That's what it's there for. It only sucks if you let it run your life. Okay, Linda, I gotcha. Okay. Hi, Michelle. I'm just saying hi to everybody, guys. I am waiting for your husband to move forward. I can feel his energy, Jenny. Terry. Okay. Hello from Maine, KR. That's okay. I was late too. All right. Good, Rosalind. Rosalind, you should really sign up for the Calm Woman Advantage on the 27th. You really should. And here's my school, guys. If you haven't joined my school, find this community, okay? Science and spirituality are not mutually exclusive. We work on both mindset and spirituality and intuition there. We do metaphysical stuff and we do science and mindset and manifesting. So it's absolutely free if you guys join the school community there, okay? I posted the link. Okay. So, Jenny, it looks like he's waiting for something. The first thing he's showing me is his left hand with a wedding ring, with a band, tapping like this. Do you know what he's waiting for? He's waiting for you to do something. My goodness, I guess this is the day of people waiting, of souls waiting for you guys to do something. He's doing this. And I get the feeling, Jenny, that he's very patient. This is very patient. Oh, let's make sure you're there, Jenny. Oh, good, you're there. Okay. What should she say here? No strange. Not sure what that means. Okay. So Maria, be specific, honey. And he's showing patience. It doesn't matter, Jenny, things don't have to make sense right away. Sometimes the souls that we want aren't even the first ones that come through. Sometimes they're clearing the way. Okay. And so when things come in, it's different for each reader. Sometimes they're just random things that don't make sense and you have to put a collage together because they're getting through however they can. Okay. A lot of times, I had one time where a client wanted to point out, a spirit wanted to point out Roselawn Avenue. Or was it street? I think it was Roselawn Avenue. And it was, I kept getting a picture of a rose and a lawn and a rose and a lawn and then a little windy road. And this person was like, no, this is not right. No. I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't make sense. So eventually Spirit took me full circle because sometimes the souls can't say Roselawn Avenue. Sometimes that's not the connection you have with the soul. Sometimes they're having trouble communicating in one way but not another. Sometimes they can communicate with one reader in more of a verbal way or a feeling way, right? So I just trust Spirit and I just share what comes. So that's what he's showing me first and foremost. He is showing me he was greeted. He was greeted and warmly welcomed as he crossed over. He's making me feel and saying the phrase, I was not alone. I was not alone. There were more, but I'm seeing at least 3 individuals, figures of close friend, family that was there with him. He is saying something, Terry, about being out of town. He's sharing with me this element of being out of town. He's not showing me, I'm not seeing at least or feeling when this was, if this was past, future, or present, but he's showing me being out of town. And he's showing me travels as well. He's also showing me a hospital room. And from what I'm seeing, I'm not even seeing whose it is. I don't even know if this is his. He's showing me a hospital room. It is one that is not on the first floor. And there was a window. Hi, June. He is showing me this feeling and view of rising up. Excuse me if I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my third eye right now. This view of rising up and being above his body. And well, Maddie, technically it could be another soul. Sure. A lot of times when you do a reading, sometimes other souls come through forward first. Sometimes it's easier for another soul to come forward before the one that is being asked to come forward. Sometimes the one that's being asked to come forward allows another soul to come in first, if that's necessary. So absolutely, sure, it can. That's why I sometimes do reverse readings. But this is what I'm being shown right now here. Okay. So if something resonates with you, you can certainly let me know, okay? I am seeing the second floor view of the hospital, and I'm seeing this presence, this feeling of lightness and freedom above the body, and sort of this sensation of looking down. This is definitely a male energy leaving the body, looking down for his hands, and it was just energy. Like it wasn't like the same, right, in the physical body. And this peaceful feeling of detachment as well. There could also be, Maddie, a mix of things and senses coming through. Sometimes that happens when souls are trying to come through as well. Okay. This is why sometimes I do, whoops, sorry, Jenny. This is why sometimes I do reverse readings. Okay, well, Jenny's not even giving me yes or no's, so I don't know if she's even still here. So maybe this isn't for her. Maybe someone else is jumping in. I see you, Paula. Maybe somebody else is jumping in. Let's see. Oh, you are here. Good. Okay. All right. Jenny, it would be helpful if, don't tell me anything, but if you write yes or no, because if this doesn't resonate with you, maybe your husband is allowing another soul to come in first, or maybe if he is struggling to come through clearly, maybe another soul is breaking the way. So that is helpful if you say yes or no. He was in the hospital, but on the ground floor. Okay. All right. So let me backtrack then and see, because what might be happening, and this happens a lot, guys, not just with me, this happens with the most famous mediums in the world. This happens quite often, where you have to understand we have limitless amounts of vibrational frequency coming through. So for the soul and for the reader, we are trying to connect with very vast different languages, and they are struggling to connect and take vibrational frequency and have it make sense to me, and I have to interpret that. And sometimes other souls coming through alongside them help make it easier. I will also say, Jenny, that I didn't. Oh, good. I thought I deleted your comment. If things aren't super clear and flow fast for me, which they usually do, it usually means, and this is not to blame you, I do not want to come across this way, I'm just being blatantly honest with you. It usually means that someone still on the earth side that they are coming through for is, what is the word I'm looking for? Is having a lot of resistance and or maybe acceptance they're not aware of to the person's passing. And I am very good at breaking through that. And so I find that often souls will come to me to do that because I am patient enough to take the time to do it. And once I have done it, then that soul can come through to you more easily and you can heal. Okay. I've found that's not a pattern that I would have adopted. It's not the most fun and it's sort of exhausting, but I find that that is something that tends to happen with me quite regularly. Okay. So that could easily be what's happening here as well. So I'm going to check in with him and see. The soul that was on the second floor is also very relevant. So it looks like we're doing somewhat of a reverse reading here. So what I'm going to do, guys, Spirit is running the show, not me. So this does happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask these souls to please separate out from me so that I can get evidence and validation for which soul is which. Maddie, it could be that one is for you if you're resonating with this. Maddie, just yes or no. Is the loved one you're talking about a male that passed from this world? Because the person that was on the second floor of the hospital with the window that was elevating above himself was looking at his hands. It was a male body. And I feel the presence of your husband, Jenny. So he is there. So I'm asking him likewise. I'm speaking to both of their energies. Well, to you, Maddie, to get validation there. And then to whoever soul this is, who may be connected to you, Maddie. We have to validate that, though. We don't want to assume. And for your husband, Jenny, I'm asking him then, because I did get someone say first floor, and I got first and second. And I asked them inside conversation, which one should I go with? The pull to the second floor, Jenny, was a lot stronger. So it might just be that the gentleman that was on the second floor of the hospital had a stronger pull or connection to me, and I picked up on that more easily. So I'm backtracking now, and I'm asking your husband to take me down to the first floor room if he wants to take me through elements of his passing as well. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, Maddie. Yes. Okay. That helps. So it looks like I'm doing like a dual reading here. Okay. It happens. So I'm just going to go back and forth then, guys. So Jenny, so the fact that your husband was greeted and there were three figures that he knew in this world very strongly present when he passed and they came for him on the other side, that was for your husband, Jenny. Okay. And I know I'm not looking at you guys, but I'm asking Spirit to validate this for me, and that's what they're doing. Okay. And then let's see, Maddie, I just went in then to check with the gentleman that passed for you. They were also greeted. Guys, no one passes alone ever, ever. Always angels, always spirit guides, always loved ones, always pets, always 1,000% of the time. Okay. So you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. All right. So I am being made to feel as though it is hard to breathe, and there is a heaviness here on my chest, and there's a labored breathing. This would have come about at the time of passing, and I'm being made to feel this way, and it makes me want to take a very deep breath. Let's see. Okay, KR, thank you for sharing that. Okay. I got you, Maria. Thank you. So I'm trying to separate out these two souls, guys. So I'm being made to feel like I am, like it is hard to breathe. I feel like I have to take a deep breath. There's pressure on my chest. Like I said, this would have been before the time of passing. And I'm also getting that there was a small amount of time. I'm asking inside conversation how many days, and I'm focusing my energy right now on your husband, Jenny, in hopes that he's the one that's going to be answering, and then we'll get back to Maddie. And I'm asking him how many days, because he was saying, I knew. There was a point in which he knew that he was going to be passing, and I asked him how long, and he says about 3 days. He's showing me a little under 3 days, like 2.8 days or something like that. He's showing me, which is interesting. I didn't need him to be that specific, but that's cool. But his consciousness was sort of in and out and on the other side, Jenny. So this is why he's so aware of, and it was significant to him, the amount of time that he had prior to passing. If it was going to be like the 2.8 days or 2.6 or 2.8 days is what it looks like, is very relevant here, because to him it was relevant because it indicated how much time he had left, what he wanted to say, what he wanted to do with that time. And that was relevant to him. That was important. And he's showing me that passing after this labored breathing, but he's actually saying, Jenny, and I believe this because this is true of souls when they pass, the actual passing itself was easy. Okay, the actual passing itself was easy. It was so effortless. He said it was the easiest thing that he ever did. He was here, and he just felt himself all of a sudden just slip out. Very easy. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know if this is relevant to you, Jenny, but I'm going to share what he's showing me. Okay. I'm having him show me how he left his body. I don't know if this is relevant, but since you were there, Jenny, you might, this might be relevant to you as far as validating what you felt, what you saw, what you recognized in your own intuition. Okay. So our soul is not, our whole soul is not in our body. Most of our soul is actually outside of our body. That's the light that we go to first. It's our soul. We're reconnecting and becoming whole again. Okay. There's a little teeny part of us that's in this body that feels like a wetsuit. And what he's showing me, he went like, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's what I've been talking to him about while I've been chatting here with you. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? Souls don't normally leave through their feet. And he was like, no, watch again. He's making this noise and he's showing me, and I'm like, where? Okay, so it was like from his dantian, which is like right below your belly button. So he's showing me, instead of the part of his soul that was in his body coming up this way and out of the top of his head or out of his chest or out of his mouth, Because what happens is this, if here's the body, the energy will kind of like collect and come out in a point, or like with my grandmother, it came all the way up through her feet. I watched it work up her body and go up and out through the top of her head. Okay. And that's more common. But what he's showing me is it like swooped from here and swooped from the lower part of his body and came out from his core, from his center. And was very quick, very easy, and very peaceful. He is showing me that if he were here in this world, he would have liked things to be more pre-prepared for you, Jenny, so that you had less to do after his passing, because it was such a stressful time. And that was a wish that he had for you. Okay. He's also showing me or making me feel like there were things that you were trying to decide about in regards of how to dress his body, what to send off with him. Just yes or no. Is this in relation to you? Okay. Because he's making me feel like this. I have to argue with you, Jenny. I have to argue with you when you say it was no family. Okay. We always have loved ones that we were related to. Always. So perhaps they were relatives that he had not met. But I will stick to this because this is what he's showing me. And he's showing me 3 figures. And they were from his family line. They're present when he passed. Okay? So that from your perspective, maybe it was no one you thought that was there that had passed prior to him, that he knew, but there was family there to greet him on the other side. Okay. He also wants you to know that what you did in regards to his passing for him, as far as decisions go for him, how to care for his celebrating his life. They don't care about their body once they have crossed over on the other side. And he wants you to know that that was fine. Okay. You're pleased. Okay. That's good. That's good. He does not have an attachment to anything that he left here, anything that would have needed to be cleaned out or done or finished. All that is left and really detached from the soul. And so none of that is a concern of his. It's good. That's good that you're pleased with those things. That's very good. Excellent. If you want to connect personally and wake up feeling that connection or having questions answered, Jenny, that you don't feel maybe you're conscious of when you ask, may I recommend that you jot them down and put them under your pillow. Okay? Because you guys do connect in the astral plane, and you can ask him questions there, and you can get validation for his presence with you as well. You may not remember, depending what chakra you're in, you may not remember what he says to you or the answers you get when you wake up, but you will feel something. And a lot of times that will process later for you. Okay. The most important thing today was just for you to know that he's there and that he's okay. Okay. And that you're doing a good job. I asked him before we close you up and move on to the next person if he could take me back to that hospital room. And I thanked him for showing me how he felt physically prior to his passing. And I asked him to take me back to those 2.6 or 8 days when he asked how much time he had left. And he is saying that during that time, he did make visitations. His consciousness roamed around while he still had a physical body and while his golden thread was still attached. This is because he can experience and feel in an out of body experience while his vibrational frequency is still heavy. And so he had that opportunity to do that and to get closure for himself and to get peace. So he did pass in peace. Okay. Everyone has to have a way out, Jenny. And, him showing me that labored breathing, he could tell as that breathing got heavier and heavier. He knew he was running closer to that time of departing. Okay. I'm going to say one last thing that he wants to share with you. And I don't mean this to be cold. Souls don't have the same regret or detachment on the other side because they see the purpose and the reason for things. They give permission for the passing on. So they do not miss us on the other side because they are not separate from us. And they are aware that they are still with us. We are the only ones that have the illusion. They're aware that like that, you will be back with him and be able to connect and communicate about this life. Okay. So because of that, he does not miss you or regret where he is now. However, he does care for your welfare. And he, in that respect, he knows that leaving you at a time that feels so early in your life is very difficult and uncomfortable for you. Okay. And he wants to thank you for honoring and respecting that. And he fully wants and expects you to move on and live a very full and complete life. Okay. Knowing that connection is going to remain there. You guys will remain connected. And there will be a point where you can turn that corner and the significance of that love and that relationship that you both share is still there. Okay. It is still there. It is just taking on a new and transformed form. Okay. So keep me posted, Jenny. You're going to be able to connect with him more now that we've had this reading. Hey, guys. No. Come on, out. Let's go. Out. Sorry, guys. Oh, God. Hold on. Well, my husband must have forgot I'm on a reading. He's bringing in trash cans. And so the dogs are so excited. And they have not eaten yet. I was supposed to feed them 2 hours ago. Okay. So one very last thing for you. Tell them to please feed the dogs. One last thing for you, Jenny. He's mentioning cars I don't know what that means. But he's mentioning cars. Okay. So whatever you choose to do in regards to the cars is fine and okay. And he's sorry that you are left with the difficult, tangible things that come when a person passes. But he's also telling me that you're doing a very good job and you're very organized. And he wants to thank you for that. Okay. Cars. I'm seeing cars. Maybe cars is what he got through to me and he meant cards. But he was showing me cars. Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you, Jenny, and keep me posted. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Scroll up here. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Well, hold on, Maddie. Let's get back to where we were, okay? Oh, really? He was a mechanic, Jenny? Okay. Well, that's probably why he was showing me all types of cars. Because I said cars, can you be more specific? And he just showed me a whole bunch of cars. And so I was like, okay, forget it. Like I'm just gonna tell her cars. So that makes sense, Jenny. That is funny. Well, let that be validation for you, Jenny, okay? And I think since he's going to come through more easily for you now, I think probably when you get readings, it'll be easier for you to get more different types of evidence as well. I think there's some resistance you don't realize you have in there that we worked through today. So you should be able to connect with him more easily now, okay? All right. Thank you, Jenny. Keep me posted, dear. I'm sending him off with you. Guys, I see all of you, and I've got a bunch of you starred. I'm sorry. I need to speed things up a little bit. I'm going kind of slow here tonight. I'm going to try to speed things up and not be so thorough with the next few readings, just because I want to get through quickly, give people that I can some evidence, and eventually I have to go eat dinner. So I want to try to cover as many of you as I can, okay? Beforehand. So let's see here. We're going to get back to you, Maddie, because we already started you, okay? So we are going to get to you, Maddie. Linda, let me know if you're still there quickly, please, though, Linda. You're welcome, Jenny. Thank you for tuning in, honey. Don't forget, guys, as I move on to Linda, I'm going to put the school account in here. If you like this, if you want to learn more about money manifesting, relationship manifesting, reclaiming your power, awakening your intuition, connecting with your spirit guides, learning to de-stress, learning to deal with difficult people, any of that. I am a transformational specialist, a mindset and manifesting coach for almost 20 years now, and a lifelong reader. If you are interested in any of those things, please join me on the school account that I just posted here online. It's absolutely free. Just go to school and join. There's everything from free courses and free events to low-cost stuff to high-paid coaching on there with a like-minded community of people just like you. Okay, so please join us there. It's absolutely free, okay? I also post all of my lives and all my events on there, so you'll be able to connect with that as well. All right. Don't forget, Meet Your Spirit Guides is this Saturday. If you want to meet your spirit guides and you have not registered, I'll just quick type this in. Larkin's Readings at gmail.com. You can go to my Psychic Medium page. You can read the testimonials for it. It's absolutely free. You just type Spirit Guides when you email me and then save my email address to your contacts so you don't miss all the Zoom information for Saturday, okay? Awesome. All right. Let's see, Linda. I would love to connect with my mom. It's coming up in October, 1-year anniversary. Oh my goodness. You're welcome, Jenny. Mwah. Guys, if you say me, please, that does not help me. You have to be specific and type what question you want. And just, I would retype it, but pay attention to everybody else's readings because there might be messages from your loved ones in there too, okay? I do try to scroll back up to who I've starred, but I need you to be specific because I'm so thorough that I need to speed things up, and that helps Spirit to help me choose, okay? Okay, so first of all, Linda, the first thing your mom really wants you to do, and I agree with her on this because I see this a lot, and this drives me crazy for you guys. Like, this drives me crazy for people. I feel for you guys so much when you do this. When an anniversary comes up, please, yes, honor that person. Go to their grave site or put flowers by their ashes or whatever you need to do. Honor them. The day that your loved ones pass is a celebration for their soul, believe it or not. While we are here mourning, like I am mourning my aunt right now, while we are mourning, they are not. They are celebrating because they are returning to their true home. They are returning to where we all were together before we took a mini vacation into this life. All right? So, while you are mourning, Linda, and you are dread that day that comes up in October, your mom and the loved ones on the other side, they see this as this day of celebration. It was the day she returned home victorious from another beautiful incarnation where she brought you into the world here for an experience that when you return to the other side, you guys are going to share again. Okay, do you guys understand this? The perspective is so different. It's important that you get this. All right? Please, 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 and I can say this, you don't have to do it. Please know that your mom does not want you to always hang on to this day that she passed. And you're not the first one, Linda. I mean, maybe you're handling it very well, but I know people and I see people all the time that are like literally, I know people that the entire month that someone passed is like, they dread it. Like they hate the whole month because that's the month so-and-so passed. Okay, do you understand? And I'm not the only one to say this. You can listen to some of the most famous mediums in the world. They'll say the exact same thing. Do you understand that the day your mother passed will never exist again? Our calendar is made up. We made it up. It's fake. Dates are fake. Months are fake. Years are fake. We're living in the illusion of linear time. Okay? We are living the illusion of linear time. It is not real. Okay? So please understand this. So when you guys hear me talk about the 95% of your subconscious mind and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to hear that again. I'm here to do readings. This is about readings. It's very much about readings. Readers should be sharing this kind of stuff because your spirit guides and your loved ones know all about mindset. They know all about mindset. They know all about manifesting. They know all about all these things. They know all about the 95% of your subconscious mind. They know all this stuff. What do you think they're following you around? Coming to your dreams, bugging you in your subconscious mind, throwing stuff in your way, flicking the lights on and off, waking you up in the middle of the night. What do you think they're doing this for? You are in the material world right now. That is not really material. It's 99.999% space. Let's get real about what your loved ones are telling you. Let's get real about what your spirit guides are telling you. This is not some ooga booga world. everything they're going to tell you, Linda, and all of you, everything they're going to tell you is practical. And the thing your mom doesn't want you doing, Linda, I know I'm honing in on this, but it's important, is the anniversary of her passing. Unless you're celebrating, she's like, stop it. What are you doing? This is a celebration. She doesn't have to. I think if she did, she'd be out. Okay? Celebrate her. And do something super special. And know that she is excited and celebrating the other side. And that's really what she wants you to pick up on, Linda, is her celebration of life. She is so grateful and celebratory of her incarnation experience. And she learned so much. And it was just right for her. She's saying it was just right for her. Okay? She also says that you are a good catalogist. That's a word. I'm sure there's a better word for that. You're good at cataloging, Linda, the past. You're good at cataloging the past. But here's the thing you have to do. Okay? Well, I guess you don't have to do. But she's suggesting you do it. Okay? Isn't that great, Georgina? It's the truth. I'm glad you like that idea of celebration. I see you, Kawizi. I see you, buddy. The thing she wants you to do. Hey, Kellyanne, great to see you. I thought about you when I get on today. The thing she wants you to do, Linda, 4 days after your birthday, Linda. Oh my gosh. That's interesting, Linda. You said she passed away 4 days after your birthday because I'm just going to quick throw this in there. I'm throwing this in there as an example of how important it is to not get hung up on the day that someone passed, because it is gone forever. That day is never coming back. It does not matter what the calendar says. Our collective egoic human cognitive mind made up a calendar so that we could bring in our crops and we could celebrate things and we could count our age and all that stuff so that we could live the way we live. And that's all fine and great. Have any of you ever gone out in the wilderness where you lost track of the days? It's really an interesting experience. But it changes your perception of reality. And souls don't want us getting caught up on that. I had a soul dog. She was a German Shepherd that came into my life. And I mean, she saw nothing else but me. This dog was a German Shepherd and completely loving and loyal. Billy, come on, off. Good girl, come on. And this dog passed on my birthday. It was literally one of the hardest days of my life because she was one of those dogs. She was passing of cancer. She couldn't even get up. She couldn't move. And then she got that last adrenaline rush when we went to put her to sleep, where she stood up to protect me when the vet came in. And it still haunts me. Like if I didn't have the mindset practice and training that I have, it would completely haunt me if I allowed it to. Okay. I have rewired that to my brain and to the meaning that I give it. But that was one of the hardest days of my life. And I had to do the right thing for her. And it was on my birthday. Never once, not one time, not when I left that vet's office, not that day I celebrated my birthday, not one time since, ever, have I allowed it to depress me, drag me down, ruin my birthday. If I were like most people that I know, my birthday would be ruined for the rest of my life. I would hate it and never want to celebrate. I would dread the month of March. But that day existed once. And once ever. The fact that it's just so happened to fall on that calendar day of my birthday. So, and I mean, I'm very sentimental, guys. This isn't me being cold. But nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. So what I chose to do was, she was a gift. She was a soulmate of mine. And I recognize it as her freedom and her celebration back into the spirit world. Okay. And it does not impact my birthday negatively. So, what we want to do is we want to rewrite those meanings. Okay. And do celebrate, Linda. Now, let me go back to quick what your mom's telling me, because I told you guys I was going to move on more quickly. I want to get to a bunch of people before I have to get off tonight. So I'm going to boom, 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 just with the facts when I'm done here. Okay. I'm asking Spirit to speed me up on this. But what she wants to say to you, Linda, too, is you are very good at cataloging the past. And actually, on the other side, that is something that you do. Okay. What she is trying to encourage you, and your spirit guides are trying to encourage you to do, and I am not sure, I would go to bet if we did your astrology chart, you either have a water sign Saturn, which is your karmic, your past sign, or in your moon or Mercury. All right. Because that tends to be able to catalog and analyze that past energy. But she also is encouraging you to move through past energy more quickly. Does this make sense, Linda? She wants you to move through past energy more quickly. Just let me know, yes or no. Does that make sense? You will celebrate. Good. Just let me know if that makes sense to you. All right. That's one of the gifts that she wants to give you. All right. Is to be able to do that. She's also showing me your pillow, and she's saying pillow. And she's showing me a soft, fluffy pillow. She's showing you're resting your head on your pillow. And I feel like the message that's coming there for you is that I don't know if this is something that came from when you were a child, her coming and perhaps being by your bedside, tucking you in, rubbing her hand on your face and your hair. But she's showing me fluffing a pillow. She's giving me this feel and this sense of a soft, safe, comforting feeling of resting your head softly on a pillow and then feeling safety and peace and just joy and comfort. And she's just saying fluffing pillow. And so, I believe that when you lay yourself down to rest, to sleep, especially to go to sleep at night, that her presence and her energy and her love and her guardianship is there to fluff that pillow for the night. And she's showing me you being surrounded by her, by loved ones, by angels, by good, warm, soothing, healing energy when you sleep at night. And she's showing me that is a really safe and beautiful space for you, and that you will understand what that means. Okay. So let that be evidence and validation for you that she is present. Yes, that makes sense. Excellent. All right. Wonderful. Linda, I'm going to send you off with your mom. Thank you for tuning in. It was great to see you on here this evening. Don't forget, guys, if you want to participate in the Calm Woman Advantage, if you want to learn to improve your relationships with the men in your life, learn better how to communicate. If you want to have a better dating life, if you want to learn to teach people how to treat you and reclaim that power, that is going to be July 27th. You can check that out on the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page or the Psychic Medium page. And it's posted in school, guys. Again, if you join school for free, you'll see it is posted in there and you'll be able to register for that. It's a free event. Okay. All right. I'm going to move back up here. Scroll up here, guys. See what else I've got starred. Thanks for letting me read for you, Linda. All right, guys, I'm going to move along and I'm going to just go through a couple of these quickly, answer a couple of questions quickly, and do a couple of quick connections because I am going to have to take off shortly. But don't forget, guys, if you don't get... I'm getting back to you, Maddie, if you're still there. Don't forget, if you guys don't get a reading from me tonight, I will be back Monday with Angels in Action. Yes, Kweezy, I will send you a Meet Your Spirit Guides email as soon as I get the link ready to send you, okay? It'll probably be tomorrow. And on Friday is Furball Friday, if you guys want to join me then. Okay. I see you, Maria. Getting to as many of you as I can. Andrea from the UK. Hello. Okay. Yes, Maddie, you did comment before, Linda, and I go where spirit takes me. So when your one of your people came in and you spoke up while I was reading for Terry, that is true. And then I asked him to please wait and let me finish for Terry. And I was guided to Linda, who had actually come on even way earlier when I first logged on. So maybe that was before you got on, Maddie, but I go where spirit guides me. Okay. So I don't know. That is how it is. Things don't always happen in order. I try my best. All right. Let's see here. All right. I want to connect to see if these are the same ones. Hi, Georgina. All right. Hi, Kayla. You're welcome, Linda. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Michelle Olivier. Rosalind's still there. There's Kawizi. Maddie, did you log off or not? Let me know if you logged off. Let's see. If she logged off, then let's see. If I look to the next one, Spirit had starred for me. Okay. Okay, Kawizi, awesome. Hi, Tawny, welcome. Looks like Maddie got off already. Okay. All right, so let me go back up then to the next one. Guys, spirit bounces around. Like, it's not always going to be in order. If you're like, but hey, you called on me first. Actually, no. Actually, Linda was on here first, and I had her started way before Maddie. So I'm not going to get into that little petty stuff. I respect you, but I have to go where spirit guides me, because spirit is the one giving me what's coming through. So I have to take what spirit's sending through. It's spirit sending it through. So don't get mad at me. All right. Let's see, because I think Maddie actually had several people going on there. And so I think spirit guided me somewhere else, because it wasn't just the guy in the hospital. I think there was more going on for Maddie there. All right. Let's see here. I'm checking out. Deanna, welcome. Hi, Kayla. Well, Maddie is still there. Okay. Okay, that's okay. I don't have time to get into who did what first and have people telling me, but I was there first. I'm in a whole different world, guys, when I'm doing these readings, and I have to go where spirit takes me. That's just how it is. All right. So let's see, Maddie. You're back. So let me go up here. Maddie, I want to ask you just yes or no. Since you had somebody pop in during another reading. Scroll up here. Here we go. All right. I'm going to, okay. So, oh, that's not what I wanted. Wait, hold on, Maddie. I'm trying to put yours up there. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right. So Maddie, just yes or no, is the individual that come through, the gentleman that passed that was on the second floor, and I don't know why. Oh, wait, let me move this up here because I can't even see my own text. Oh, there we go. Is that the friend that passed tragically? Yes or no? Let me know. No, we won't be starting fresh. We'll be picking back up where we were. But Linda was actually starred first and came on when I got on immediately. And that's just where spirit took me. So who knows why spirit took me that way? That's not for me to know. But no, we're not starting fresh. We're going to pick up where we were. But I want to see if no. Okay, it was not. Okay. All right. I didn't think so. So that's why I feel like you got more going on there. That validates why you got more going on. All right. Pet Queen, welcome. Okay. So let's first of all, I first want to tune into the gentleman that was I want to tune into the gentleman that was in the hospital first. There is a woman that he's trying to get through to. It feels, Maddie, and so you might just be the messenger for this, Maddie, before we get to your friend. Let's see. Your friend Honor. Okay, got it. So Maddie, let me do this first and you can just yes or no me, okay? So the gentleman on the second floor, I feel like he was close to you, very close to you. He's also trying to get through to a female energy about his same age. I don't know if this is a romantic connection, if this is a sister connection. There feels like there's like 3 or 4 people he's trying to get through to, but one is a very strong feminine energy still alive in this world, Maddie, that gentleman on that second floor is trying to get through to. And you know, the energy is showing me that he's very close to you and he's very close to this woman. I will check your comments in a minute. I want to get this out first. Then you can let me know yes or no if this makes sense to you, okay? And I right now I'm seeing the image and that he's showing me of the woman that he's trying to get through to that is about his age, like his counterpart. I see her dressed in like a nice like a shirt that you'd wear under a blazer, and then a nice like V-neck blazer. I'm seeing that he's showing me. He says, he's showing me and saying, her looking very beautiful. He's saying she's very beautiful. She looked very beautiful. I'm not sure if he's referring to when he was passing, if he's referring to his celebration of life services. He's showing me her being sad and crying, but being so beautiful. That's what he's sharing with me right now. And his love for her being very profound. And he's showing me a tremendous level of sadness at the time of his, of him having to leave her and depart from her. But the message he's wanting to get through, and forgive me for just rattling on, Maddie, but this is very important that I get this out now while he's sharing with me, is that he's fine. He's okay. Like that sadness left the moment he left his body. And that sadness was left with those of you he loved that he left. But he is not sad. He's well. He is happy. He is okay. And he wants her to know, because he says she's worrying the most. She worries and cares the most. Is he okay? Is he happy? Can he hear me? Can he feel me? Does he know how much I love him? He's showing me her feeling. Does he know how much I appreciated him? Does he know how much value he contributed to our lives, to my life? He's also showing me her having, and maybe these are very personal feelings, forgive me if I'm sharing this, but he's showing me her feeling like, did he know how much he contributed to her confidence and to who she is as a woman today, to the woman she has become, and how much he helped her to grow. Okay. You can let me know yes or no if this makes sense. I feel more and more like this is a love relationship. This is a romantic relationship. I also really strongly feeling though like a sister type energy. So I'm not sure if he had a sister, but I'm feeling this other feminine energy that is like not a romantic interest energy. That he's trying to get through to as well. I feel like there's a very close fatherly figure to you. So I would go to say, from my feeling and my perspective from the energy here, in that he's very proud of you, that this would be your dad. Okay. So I'm going to check over here. I'm going to see if you commented, if this made sense to you. I'm going to check your yes and no's. This is the best way to give evidential readings. Hi, everybody. I see you guys. Let's see here. Maddie. Okay, that would be your mom. Okay, excellent. Yes, Kawezi, of course your grandma knows. We've talked about your grandma talking to you about music and telling you to get out of your comfort zone. Of course she knows, buddy. She can see everything you're doing and knows what you're thinking and feeling. All right. Yes, Tanya, they are both with you. Absolutely. Always talk to them. Keep talking to them. They're not going anywhere. Okay. Okay. Romantic. Sounds like he'd be talking about my mom or his sister. Okay. Then there's both. So he came through for both. So if you heard in the reading, I mentioned that he was the two female energies that he wanted to come through for, describing the one as your mom, and then the other one felt like a sister energy to me. So that is evidence for you, because I would have no way of knowing that. So thank you for sharing that. That is validation. So Maddie, take that as evidence that he brought through and showed me your mom and his sister and the hospital room there on the second floor, and the energy that he gave off was a dad energy to you. Those are 4 forms of evidence for you that is really your father that is present with you. Okay. And he will be able to come through more easily for as well. All right. Wanting to keep this moving, I'm going to move on to honor now, to your friend who died tragically. Because you got evidence for your dad. So now I want to move forward for your mom. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, evidence for honor. I'm sorry. Your mom's dad. Got it. Excellent. That's a dad energy, though. That is a fatherly energy. So that's fine. That sometimes, I mean, it comes through as a fatherly energy. And so that's not always clear. If it's your father, if it's your grandfather, the fatherly energy, guys, on the other side, that is still the same. Okay. It's still the fatherly energy. Okay. Very good. All right. So let's move on, Maddie, to honor now. So there is an energy here of a young woman who passed in a car accident. Would this be her? Just yes or no. Don't give me any other details, Maddie. Just yes or no. Let me know, please, because if it's not her, then we need to go more deeply into that. And that means it's someone else here that passed tragically in a car accident. No, that is not her. Okay. Guys, if you would, let's see. I got you, Paula. Guys, if you would, if there is someone here, I'm going to stick with Maddie so we can talk to Honor, and I'm going to ask Honor to come forward. But if you would, guys, would do me a favor, if there is someone here who has lost a loved one, who passed tragically in a car accident, please put this in the comments, because there is a female energy here who passed tragically in a car accident. It looks like they were moving pretty quickly. Yeah, this was definitely a car accident tragedy. So just let me know and I will star you, okay? And then I'm going to move back to honor. Guys, sometimes when we do have a tragedy, we oftentimes, when there is a tragedy, sometimes it is harder to keep people to come through, or souls to work their way through. They have a harder time. Sometimes it is because of the lack of peace and the resistance of the loved ones left here. And it is my job to work through that, to fight through that. Sometimes it is because the soul is literally struggling to make that connection and communication. Like I said, these are very difficult readings to do, but oftentimes I find souls come to me and they're very hard. It's very hard to get evidence from that. But I like being able to make those breakthroughs for people. So let's see here. Okay, Paula, you said your mom was in a car accident. Okay. With your brother. Okay, so let me start this. When we're done here with Maddie, I will come back and we'll see if that is the soul. We got to get evidence that that is the soul. Okay. And then also, hi, Crystal. KR, you also said you have a young male friend who died in a car accident. Okay. So the one that was coming through that I was thinking maybe was honor for Maddie is a female energy. But we can certainly tap into the male energy too. Guys, I just want to let you know as I get back to Maddie's reading, I may not be able to get to everyone today. Okay. I've been on almost 2 hours and I am going to have to go eat supper at some point so I don't have a low blood sugar attack. In which case, there are the best readers ever here on Veronica's page. If you want to come with me, like and follow my psychic medium page. Join me at my school. It's absolutely free. You can find all my live events on there. You can join me for all sorts of things there. You can come meet your spirit guides on Saturday. You can meet me Monday, Wednesday for readings, or Friday for animal readings. But I'm going to get to just whoever I can today. Okay. All right, Maddie. So let's see here. Okay, so I'm asking Honor to give me some evidence and some description for her. There is a slender soul moving forward. So if you can just yes or no these for me only, Maddie, don't give me information because I need to be able to get evidence. And if you take that evidence away, then we don't have that. Okay. So I want to be able to use the evidence that she is giving me. So there is a slender young woman moving forward. And guys, I'll try to get to you in comments as well. Once I get off of here, I'll try to get through to you in the comments. Okay, no, that's not her either. Okay, so we're struggling with this here, Maddie. Let me ask her again. Let me see someone's coming forward who's slender. Let me ask her to move aside. Okay, so guys, I use all my clairs. So different souls can come through more easily. So I ask Honor, how can she best get through to me? If it's not through appearance, as she's not coming through immediately with me as appearance, could she please try to get through to me with clairsentience, which is feeling as well? Thank you, Cindy. All is well. Thank you. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm doing some mediumship readings right now. So is Honor the one that had dark hair and or she changed the color of her hair, Maddie? Do we have dark hair or she changed the color of her hair? Just yes or no. Also, she's giving me the feeling of being, like I keep asking her to step forward to show me what she can to give me evidence. And I just get this feeling. I'm like, show me feeling if you can't clearly show me how you looked. And she's just giving me this just feelings of like just unhappiness. And this soul that's moving forward is just saying, I was not happy. And there's just this feeling of just unhappiness. and sort of not so much on the other side, but there's almost like this stagnancy of showing me life here, her life here. Um, see, I feel like she's describing her best friend that was with her when she passed. Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, so the best friend meaning the slender girl? Is that who you're saying? Okay, she was happy. Okay. So she was happy. Okay. Well, the soul I'm being shown now was very unhappy. There was unhappiness, and dark hair. Um, so let's see. Well, you did say she passed tragically. So hey, Maria, good to see you. Slender, dark hair was her best friend. Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right. So what she could be doing is it could be easier for her to show me who and what she saw and who she was caring about. Sometimes a soul has trouble sharing about themselves if they have passed tragically immediately. That may be one of the things we're supposed to be working through today. So they may be showing me things around them or other forms of evidence that it's really them as well. Okay. That was her best friend. Got it. Okay. Um, I'm asking her, is there or are there individuals um who, hold on guys, I'm doing a mediumship reading right now, okay? An individual who would really be suffering or struggling in a place of unforgiveness over Honor's passing. And if so, Maddie, that is what I need to help her soul connect with and work through today, because that could be creating her blocks as well. All souls can come through, but sometimes it creates a barrier between us and them and or the reader. And again, I told you this is not something that I would choose. It's not something that's fun for me, but I often find that if I have trouble getting validation or evidence and the person coming through right away, that it's usually because there is a lack of forgiveness for someone they are very close with. It creates almost a very thick, like egoic veil that I have to fight my way through with the soul. And then once we do that, they're free to better communicate. But it does make it harder for them to communicate. And that might be why she's reaching out and showing me her best friend as well. Okay. Um, During this tragic time, just yes or no, was there an emergency help call made? Such over here in the United States, we call it, we say 911. Would have been her best friend. Okay, so that's what she's doing then. She's using the imagery of her best friend in order to try to get through to us. She really is trying hard, and I feel that energy. You understand that? Good. Okay. Um, Tom, I'll be there in a few minutes, honey. Um, Sorry, everybody's waiting for me. My whole family's like waiting for me to get off here. Okay. Um, I already fed him. Okay, well, I just gave him peppers. um, all right. So, hi, Krista. So let's see if we can break through that here. So this is very important, Maddie, and even if you can get this person, this individual on a reading, or to even watch this, forgiveness is not saying that you condone what happened or what someone did. But it is letting go of the resistance to it. And when we forgive, we allow for change and transformation. when, as Eckhart Tolle says, we accept what is, we set ourselves and others free to move on. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. They are. I get to see them tomorrow. So she is working to try to get this person to forgive so she can come through more easily. Okay. And this is very important. So I'm going to try to help ease this up now, but this is very important. I'm seeing a lot of emotional trauma on the part of this person that is holding unforgiveness. And it's very important that they know that Honor is okay. She's fine and she's safe and she understands. She knows she's okay, she's safe, and she understands. Okay? This is very important. She's showing me there will be peace, there will be forgiveness. Again, Maddie, can you yes or no to this emergency call? Does this resonate with you? That there was an emergency call made on behalf of Honor, like a 911 call made on behalf of Honor. She's showing me this. She's also showing me, yes, okay. That's part of your evidence. This is why it's important that you say yes or no, because this is what she's showing me. And if it's wrong, we don't want to go down that road, right? I have to know, no, okay, maybe this is something else going on. So, but she's showing me this 911 call. She's showing me herself leaving her body and her friend present. She's showing me a feeling of detachment that she had from the whole thing. Like she didn't recognize herself from her soul's view from above. She didn't recognize herself. And it took her a few minutes of watching the eventual commotion and what was going on. That upon looking at her body, she was like, who is that? Oh, like she was watching from a detached perspective. And then the next thing you know, she was like, oh, that's me. But she didn't identify as herself. Okay. So this was her perspective. I'm looking at my third eye as she's showing me this. This was her perspective of herself as she passed. She is showing me that she left. There were points at which she left this plane and she went up and she reconnected with the rest of her soul with that light that we described. And then she came back and she connected with people for the next 3 days after her passing. She's also showing me a celebration and honoring her life. And she's also showing me a young man. They couldn't see her when she passed. Yeah, but she could. She could see herself. She could see herself, Maddie. As a soul. She saw herself. She did spend the next 3 days trying to connect and visit. And I'm also being shown that there's a young man involved in this, a young gentleman. You can say yes or no from that. And It looks like a no, he was a young man, so maybe around similar age. And she's showing me good, kind, grateful feelings towards this person. And I'm asking her, so is this person, this is someone here in this world that she's wanting to connect with? And she's saying no. She's showing me that this young man was here with her in this world, was alive with her in this world for a short period of time, but she's not showing me that he's someone that she's trying to connect with here now. So this is unusual because usually I'll ask this. I'll check your comments in a minute. I want to get this first out because we're doing evidence now, okay? This is interesting. Because normally I'll get a yes or a no. I mean, our soul's our soul no matter what side it's on, but usually I'll get a yes or a no as to, is this soul living? I'll get a feeling, is this soul living or not living? I do get that this soul was living. I get this short period of time. They were here, both here in this world at the same time. But I'm not feeling this young man's presence here now. So it could be that this man has possibly, this young man that she's referring to has possibly also crossed over at this point. But she is making reference to him. Let's see what you say here. Oh, yes, he went to save her and he passed too. Oh my goodness. Wow. So no wonder she was feeling that he was a good soul. Oh my. Okay. Wow. Your brother was 16, Paula. Okay. Okay. Now here we go. Okay. So this is where I get that he was a friend and someone she wanted to reach out to. Okay. Well, he passed trying to rescue her. Okay. Got it. All right. Wow. All right. So that should be evidence for you, Maddie, that is really her. And I'm asking, please give feedback for him as well. He is okay also. So they are both there. Together. And thank you for checking on them. And thank you for reaching out and checking on them. Oh gosh. All right. So Maddie, I'm going to leave you with this. The most important thing, and this is often why souls come through like this, the most important thing is that those who are harboring a lack of forgiveness, they feel that they died too young. They feel this is, they focus on the tragedy part. The greatest way through that trauma and that for that healing is the forgiveness. And again, if they can hear this and know that forgiveness does not mean we're condoning what's happened. It means we are setting ourselves free. Forgiveness is always for us. It means we are setting ourselves free to heal and move on. It means we are accepting the moment as it is. We're accepting that which we cannot change as it is, so that we can heal and move forward. And one way or another, it has to happen. Okay, one way or another, it has to happen. All right. Guys, I want to remind you, I am on Monday and Wednesday to do readings and Friday for Furball Friday. If you like this, please don't forget to hit the like or love button. Please join me on School, and you can see all my lives, all my free events, mindset, manifesting, manifesting money, manifesting dating and relationships, manifesting transformation, getting in touch with your spirit guides and your loved ones. All of that we do on School, okay, for free. So feel free to join me there. I am really hungry and it is 9 and I have to get off because my family's waiting for me. So if I did not get to you, I am sorry, but I will be back on Friday for Furball Friday and then Monday and Wednesday for readings. If you don't want to wait that long, Veronica has amazing readers on here. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for joining me, for your patience. I hope that, since Spirit knows you're here, that you all got a lot out of this. Even if you didn't get a private reading, Spirit brought through wisdom and messages for you, okay? Thank you, Paula. I look forward to reading for you guys next time if I didn't get through for you tonight, okay? Spirit knows you guys are waiting for a reading, and we'll get to you, all right? Mwah. Have a good afternoon, morning, or evening, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.